Hey ladies and gentlemen, so in this program there's multiple different ways that we can make a hole in an object. We're going to use the hole tool this time. I'm going to show you how that works. And remember, I think most people know that, hey, if we want to make a hole, we can also extrude. We can do a 2D sketch of a circle, and then we can extrude that down as a cut. So that is an option. But if you want to do the hole option, I'm going to show you how to do that. And one of the reasons why it's nice to do the hole option is because it kind of then acts more as though it's like an actual drilled hole. And then we'll also get those kind of angle cuts in the bottom. And you'll see what I mean. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this clear so you can see through it. And then we'll more easily see that hole. So we'll go to clear. Let's just go to clear blue. Now, in order to make a hole, I don't want to just click this yet because the computer's not really going to know where that hole is going to go. Whenever we're making something, expectation of you is that you're going to be precise. So let's be precise. So to be precise, we're going to do 2D sketch on the back side of this wedge. So we have a wedge here. And I'm just going to drill a hole in the back. So I'm going to go on, this is what the computer's calling this left, whatever, that's fine. So to make a hole, in real life, think about this. Okay, how do you make a hole? Well, you're going to measure where that hole is going to be. You're going to make a point using your pencil, marking where the point's going to be, and then you drill the hole. So what we want to do is we want to make a point. So we click point, and then let's say I want it perfectly centered, so I could drag it kind of like how I did here. I drag it to the center and then drag it down. Oops, didn't mean to click that. So that's one way I can center it. The other way that we could center it, of course, is by using math, using our brains and using math. So that's the definitely appropriate way to do it. So I just wanted to show you I can center it by doing that dragging thing. But let's say I put it there. Now for this would be the z-axis. This shape is 1 inch wide, so halfway in the z-axis would be 0.5. And then I also need to get it halfway. Let's say I want it halfway. It doesn't necessarily need to be halfway, but let's say I do want this hole halfway up and down. So right now this is the y-axis. Come on, computer. Do it from the bottom then. There we go. So the y-axis, it's 1.5, so 1.5 divided by 2 would be 0.75. There's my point. My point is perfectly centered. I know that. I constrained it in the Z. I constrained it in the Y. Finish my sketch. Click hole. And then now I can make some adjustments on that hole. So this here is how deep do I want that hole to be. Let's say I want it 3 inches. Okay. And then now this is the diameter of the hole. Right now it's only 0.25. Let's say I want it 3/8, 3/8. Okay. That's great, and then I can choose what type of bottom it has. I can even choose the how angled it is. Again, we can also choose to drill it all the way through as well. So right now I'm choosing just 3 inches, but we could actually drill it all the way through. So that's basically how you drill a hole. If you notice, mine actually went too far, and we can actually kind of see that it's angled as well. So I'm going to reduce that. So think about this. Well, how do you change this? Well, you go to your browser. I already did this hole, so I'm trying to adjust this hole. I already did. Let's try 2 inches, and bam. That's how you make a hole. If you're going to make tons and tons and tons of holes, and you want them kind of going on in a pattern, well, then you're probably going to it'd be smart to use a pattern tool. So there's these other pattern tools, which I'm not going to talk about in this lesson. And then there's this mirror tool, which those are to help you save time. What you might have to do, let's say you have multiple dots, what you might have to do is you might have to hold the control key and click those different points. That's to select multiple things. You may or may not have to do that. So anyway, that's how you make a hole.